Hello, welcome to week 4. So let's go ahead and pull up what we're going to work on this week. This week is all about the theorists. And there are a lot of theorists out there who, over the years, have come up with their own explanation as to why children behave the way they do. Theorists, and this is all theorists, basically fall into 3 categories. You've got one category that bases their theories on environmental factors that affect children. Vygotsky's one of those, Bronfenbrenner's another one. And then you have another group of theorists who base them on children's psychological, emotional, and social learning as they're going through life. Another group. And then we're looking at the third group, which is the behaviorists. And they're all represented in your textbook in chapter 2. So make sure you pay particular attention to chapter 2. In addition, there are a great many questions on the OSAT on theorists. So please be sure you have paid very special attention to the chapter. The one environmental factor person that I want to point out to you is Bronfenbrenner and his ecology of human development theory. Because what he says is that there are basically 5 systems out there that have a deep effect on how children learn and behave. And it starts out with the microsystem, with the child at the center. The microsystem is the child, the family, and the school. So you are actually part of this center as the teacher. And the microsystem is surrounded by the mesosystem. The mesosystem is just a set of relationships. It's the relationships between the parents and the teacher, the child and their peers in the classroom or in the neighborhood. It is the siblings that have an effect on the child, the immediate surroundings. But the mesosystem, this orange circle here, is relationships. That's all it is between the people in the microsystem. So please know that. That was actually one of the questions that I saw when I took the OSAT just maybe 2 years ago. What these arrows indicate is that it's bidirectional. The system affects the child, but the child also affects the system, because if the child is perhaps chronically ill, that might have a real effect on both the family and the teacher who has the child in the classroom. If the child is being bullied while at school, that has an effect on that particular child, has an effect on maybe the other children who are witnessing it in the classroom. So very bi-directional. Please remember that. Bi-directional. The child affects the system and the system affects the child. The next system is the purple, and that's the exosystem. The exosystem is not bidirectional because the exosystem is the parent's job. Children don't have control over where their parents work. It may be the fact that they are homeless. Parents don't have a job, don't have a place to stay. That affects the child, but the child does not affect that. Frequently moving from one place to another has a huge effect on the child, but the child does not affect that either. So that's the exosystem, or the purple around the outside here where you see the moving band. Next, you see the macro system. The macro system is the blue, and that is the belief system that surrounds the child. And it is also not bidirectional. Children are affected by belief systems. They don't affect the system itself. For instance, children are born into a family that either celebrates Christmas or doesn't celebrate Christmas, and they may celebrate Hanukkah. They may celebrate another holiday. That's totally between the family and the child. Child has no effect on it. And then the green, which is the chrono system, is even beyond the belief system. And that is a set of normative events that occur over time in the life of a child. Some are good. They have a good effect on the child, and some are horrible, and they have a horrible effect on the child. For instance, there can be, weddings. Weddings are wonderful, and they may have a great effect on the child. There are graduations. There's the birth of a new sibling. There is an award given that's really wonderful. They have a great effect on the child, but again, the child doesn't affect that. And then come negative things that are in the chrono system: parental drug abuse, parental incarceration, parental death, car accidents, things like that are part of the chrono system as well. So those are the environmental factors that the ecology of human development feels has a great effect on children's behavior. I happen to agree with that. And then there are the theories based on psychological, emotional, and social learning. And here you see Maslow. And Maslow holds forth that children start off with the physiological needs on the bottom: food, water, warmth, and rest, and work their way up. And that's true. Children can't work in school if they're sitting there and their stomachs growling. That's why we serve free breakfasts in school and free lunches, because children need to eat first before they're able to learn. And then there's Erickson with psychosocial development, and it works itself down from the top until you get to be fully developed. And then you have the behaviorists. And the behaviorists, obviously, a lot of the teachers have behaviorist ideas, because this is the treasure chest policy. This is the rewards and punishment. This is the steady stream of good jobs, and let me give you candy at the end of the week, and so on and so forth. Sitting by the fence for a recess as punishment and receiving candy if you don't have any demerits. Lots and lots of behaviorist ideas in school. Make sure you read this very thoroughly, because this is something that you will see over and over again on the OSAT. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. All righty, let me get out of this. Okay, and this week your assignment is going to be taking a perspective, and your instructions will be in the how-to video once you click on this assignment. Have a great week. Please let me know if you have any questions at all. Bye-bye.